Have you ever seen someone walk into a room and just have this presence? They haven't said a single word, but everyone's attention just kind of drifts to them. They instantly command respect. It's not about being loud, it's not about being flashy. It's this quiet kind of power. Well, that's what we're going to break down today. We're going to decode that power and show you exactly how to make it your own. So, what's the secret? How do they do it? It's really not magic, and it's definitely not about being the biggest or loudest person in the room. Actually, it's usually the total opposite. It's all about a series of small, subtle, nonverbal cues that can completely shift how the world sees you and responds to you. And this is a feeling so many of us know, right? This quote comes from somebody who felt completely, totally overlooked. At work, in class, pretty much everywhere. It's such a frustrating place to be. But here's the thing, their story didn't stop there. They figured out a way to completely transform how people saw them without having to change their core personality or become someone they weren't. So what did it take? What was this big transformation? Just 5 secrets. Yep, that's it. 5 small, honestly simple adjustments that made a world of difference. And today, we're going to unpack every single one of them, starting with the basics and building all the way up to the most powerful technique of them all. And the best part? You can literally start using these today. All right, so the first 3 secrets, they're all about your physical presence. Because long before you even open your mouth to say hello, your body is already talking. These first few steps are all about making sure it's sending the right message, a message of confidence, of control, and of self-assurance. So secret number 1 is to stand like a winner. It's that simple. On one side, you've got weak posture, shoulders slumped, head looking down at your feet, trying to shrink and take up as little space as possible. A winner's posture is the complete opposite. Shoulders are back, head is up, and owning your space, that just means you're not afraid to be there. You plant your feet firmly, you rest an arm on the back of a chair. It's not about being arrogant. It's a quiet signal to yourself and to everyone else that you belong. Your body is talking way before your mouth even opens. And that brings us right to secret number 2, the power of moving slowly. Just think about it for a second. People who are nervous, they tend to rush around like crazy chickens, right? They talk fast, they move fast. It just screams anxiety. But people who are respected, they move with intention. They walk, they talk, and they act like they have all the time in the world. And that calmness, it projects control. People are just subconsciously drawn to that. So the takeaway is, by slowing yourself down, you actually stand out. Okay, secret number 3 is the eye contact trick. Now, a lot of us find eye contact super intimidating. So what do? We look at the floor, we look at the wall, and that's a huge mistake. Confident eye contact is magnetic, but you don't want to have a creepy staring contest, right? So the key is the 3-second rule. It's simple. You look someone in the eyes for about 3 seconds. That's long enough to actually make a connection. Then you just briefly look away, and then you look back. It feels natural. It's comfortable, and it sends a clear message. I see you, and I am not intimidated. So we've got our physical presence established, but these next 2 secrets, honestly, they're even more powerful. We're moving beyond what your body is doing and into how you use your mind and your voice, or maybe, more importantly, your silence, to really command respect. Now, this is going to sound like a total paradox, right? How in the world do you get respect by not talking? Well, this leads us straight into secret number 4. And trust me, this one is an absolute game changer. It flips our whole idea of what it means to be influential in a conversation right on its head. And this right here shows the difference perfectly. See, most of us, we don't really listen. We're just waiting for our turn to speak, thinking about our own perfect reply while the other person is still talking. But respected people, they do the exact opposite. They listen with one goal: to actually understand. They absorb every single word. And why is this so powerful? Because deep down, every single person on this planet just wants to feel heard. And when you give someone that gift, they'll respect you for it, maybe forever. And now, for the final and most potent secret of them all. This is the thing that truly separates the respected from everyone else. I like to call it the silence weapon. We live in a world that is just full of noise, constant chatter. So in a world like that, silence, well, it has become a superpower. Let me just paint a picture for you. Imagine a work meeting that's just descending into total chaos. Everybody's talking over each other, arguing, it's going nowhere. But there's one person who just sits there watching, listening. And after 10 minutes of all that noise, when everyone else is kind of tired out, that person finally speaks. And just like the quote says, those few calm words cut through everything. Because they waited, their words have weight. That is the power of strategic silence.
So we've gone through 5 really powerful techniques. But here's the thing, and this is maybe the most important takeaway from this entire explainer. These 5 methods aren't just tricks you can perform. They're all outward expressions of a single, crucial internal quality.
The real secret, the one that powers everything else, is self-respect. You simply can't fake this. See, when you stand tall, you're not just pretending to be confident, you're showing that you respect your body. When you move slowly, you respect your own time. Making eye contact shows you respect your own worth. And listening well shows you respect others. While using silence, that shows you respect the power of your own words. People can feel the difference between someone who's just putting on an act and someone who genuinely believes in their own value.
So where do you begin? It's simple. Don't try to do all 5 of these things at once. That's overwhelming. Just pick one. Whichever one feels easiest or the most important to you right now. Maybe it's just deciding to stand a little taller tomorrow. Commit to trying just that one thing for a single week and just watch what happens.
Ultimately, this all comes down to a choice. It really does. You can continue to be the person who feels overlooked, who feels invisible, or you can decide to be the person who walks into a room and commands that quiet, effortless respect. The tools are right here, so the only question left is, which person will you choose to be?